Is that man really smoking weed and shadow boxing? Wow. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Eastknows. I'm East, and today I know who will win UFC 241, Nate Diaz versus Showtime Pettis. I wouldn't be a fight fan if I didn't cover a Nate Diaz fight, and who knows when I'll get another chance to do that. Diaz has been MIA from the octagon for 3 years now, since the Conor McGregor fight. Oh, I look forward to doing an MMA video without talking about Conor McGregor. And what an exciting fight for Nate Diaz to come back to and taking on Anthony Pettis. I mean, there's no such thing as a boring fight when the Diaz brothers are involved, and Showtime always lives up to his nickname. The two fighters have bad blood, they have some history.
You know, for years, Nate's just attacked them, not only verbally, but even in a nightclub. They tried to jump him and Nick. You know, it's just, it gets to a point where stuff just boils over, you know? I mean,
yeah, the fight's going to be, it has all the things it takes to make a great fight, from styles to also the animosity towards each other. So there's definitely going to be some excitement here, some fireworks. So let's not waste any more time here, and let's get right into the analysis for this fight. First, let's talk about striking. Nate Diaz uses long arms and a southpaw stance to utilize his renowned boxing. A strategic brawler, if you will, Diaz will deceive Showtime with his infamous Stockton slap, then put more power in his punches in later rounds. However, Diaz uses his boxing to wear guys down for later rounds to enforce his takedowns. Where Nate is really renowned for his boxing, he's not the most diverse striker. You'll see him throw in a few kicks here once in a while, but for the most part, he sticks to his boxing, and that's what he uses. Anthony Showtime Pettis is very diverse. The guy he can mix it up. He's got very precise boxing. He has very nice kicks. Well, nice is an understatement. The guy's a great kicker. He has a Taekwondo background, and he's actually knocked out so many guys from body kicks, from head kicks. So the guy's a sniper with his legs, and he's a superior striker in this fight. Nate Diaz is a great fighter, but when it comes to striking, Anthony Pettis is the man. He has a lot of different styles. You'll see him jump off the cage. He's using capoeira, and he's a pioneer when it comes to striking. A lot of the guys like Jose Aldo, Zabit, Yair Rodriguez, these guys, they really owe Anthony Showtime Pettis a lot because Anthony Showtime Pettis was a pioneer when it comes to this flashy style of striking. Pettis is an underrated grappler, and he's finished a few fights with his submissions. But Nate wins in the grappling department. He is a world-class black belt, and guys have a hard time being on the ground with him. He usually finishes his fights once they go to the ground, and because of his long, lanky arms and his frame, he's able to really utilize his strength. As well as in this fight, when he's at 170, he'll be able to have more weight to hold Anthony Pettis down. So I think when it goes to the ground, Nate Diaz will win the grappling. When it comes to speed, I think it's a given that Showtime will be the winner. He's fast, he's agile, he's quick, and overall he's just really fluid in his movements. So utilizing his background when it comes to striking and just getting around the cage with footwork, you'll definitely see Showtime's had the advantage in his speed. When it comes to power, ironically enough, Showtime also wins in this department. We've seen Nate Diaz fight at 170, and when he fought Conor, I think the tell of the tape goes to the fact that Conor's face was pretty okay. I mean, he had some bruising, but Nate really put some punishment and threw a lot of boxing on him, but he doesn't really knock guys out. You don't see him cut guys, and you don't see him finish guys from the stand-up. He wears guys down with his boxing, but otherwise, he doesn't really have that one-punch power. And ironically enough, at 170, we'll see Showtime knock out a guy like Wonderboy Thompson. So he really can enforce his power at this weight class. At the welterweight division, you'll see a stronger Showtime. And these fast techniques and strikes that he has with his precision, he'll really be able to utilize his power in this fight. And so I think overall, he'll have the advantage in power in the fight against Nate Diaz. Let's talk about the intangibles. Durability, heart. Who has these? You got to give that to Nate Diaz. Showtime Pettis has unfortunately been injured a lot. Sometimes he hasn't made fights. Sometimes he's had to stop fighting within the fight. And the guy, he's a warrior, but he does tend to not check out in the durability department. On the other end of this conversation, Nate Diaz is probably one of the most, if not the most, durable fighters in the UFC. The guy can get beaten for 5 rounds straight and then surprise you at the end with a submission. He always be in your face. He doesn't quit. Even when he's bloodied and battered, even when he's injured, even when he's caught at the end of the fights, he'll still be in your face. He'll be giving guys the bird. He'll still be talking. He'll still be competing. He's just an overall competitive fighter, and he's very durable. A lot of this has to go to his conditioning and cardio based on his triathlon experience. So in regards to heart and durability, you have to give the advantage to Nate Diaz. So who does East know will win this fight? I got to give it to Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz, you just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
After really analyzing this fight and checking everything out, I mean, it's hard to go against Nate. Yeah, Showtime has all the physical tools. He has the speed, he has the power, he has the technique when it comes to fluidity and precision in his strikes. However, you got to go with Nate. Nate's just really durable. We've seen Pettis. I mean, Pettis is a warrior, don't get me wrong, but we've seen him stop in fights. He's been injured, or maybe he can't handle grappling, or it's like he freezes up when things get kind of tough for him. Sometimes he doesn't quit, but he just really does take a backseat and kind of tries to overthink maybe. Now, I don't know if that's a mental block or if it's maybe some grappling training he could do to change things up. However, the guy really doesn't always finish fights the same way that a Nate Diaz does. Nate's always in the fight. You never feel like Nate Diaz is out of a fight, even when his face is battered. If you look at the Conor McGregor fight, Conor destroyed the guy for 2 rounds from striking. His face was terrible, and Nate still ended up winning because of his cardio, his conditioning, and as well as his durability. The guy can take punches, he doesn't get tired, and then he doesn't quit. And I think those intangibles really just sell Nate as a winner for this fight for me. What do you all think? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section, who do you think will win the fight between Nate Diaz and Showtime Pettis, as well as what you think about my fight prediction. Also, share with me who you think will win between DC and Stipe. I think that's a big fight and it's very intriguing. As always, like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and thanks for watching this video. I'm East, and join me next time to find out more about what East knows.